With the app world today, a piece of technology can do all sorts of thinking for you, from spelling to doing mathematics to even analyzing a paper. It doesn't matter. Technology can do it all. The human nowadays doesn't do anything for themselves. Where is that taking society?
I understand how that can come off as being lazy, but don't you still want it?
I mean, it's nice to have it at hand, but when, as you said, you become reliant upon it, what's the point? You need to be able to think for yourself. What happens if you have no service on your cell phone or your battery dies on your laptop? Then what are you going to do?
I can still communicate though. It's just that technology is skipping the easy parts I don't no longer have to do.
Let me quote this very intelligent man that I studied back in high school. His name is Ralph Waldo Emerson, in case you've never heard of him. Pretty smart guy. Anyway, he said, life consists in what a man is thinking of all day. What if you're not thinking? Then what is life? Life is meaningless. It serves no purpose.
It's not that we're not thinking though. Like, we're still thinking.
No, you're not thinking. You're using a cell phone to think. Sure, you can say, well, I'm thinking what to plug into the cell phone, but in all actuality, you're not thinking of the big picture. I mean, how can you expect life to become even greater when you're limiting yourself? In order for life, as Emerson stated, in order for life to become greater in reality, you need to be able to think for yourself and not be reliant on technology.
I feel like they're tools to aid cognition, not to think for us though. I feel like there's a difference.
So you're saying, so what you're telling me is technology in general is advancing our cognition by aiding us?
Yes.
So advancement is defined as the act of advancing or the state of being advanced, progression, improvement. But let me ask you this. If thinking becomes obsolete, are we truly improving? Are we truly advancing?
Yes, because it's not necessarily reducing the amount of work we are doing, the thinking that we're doing even. It's just changing the type of cognitive processes that we're doing. Like, yes, phones have altered our brains in a way that cognition is different. We're just applying our brain power to something secondary. I mean, we're still thinking.
Okay, I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from, but for example, like Aristotle, Plato, Socrates, or even Einstein, they're the founding fathers of just knowledge in general. I mean, you have Einstein's theory of relativity that explains the entire universe. You think he was relying on a cell phone to explain it to him? I mean, technology would not even be available if it wasn't for someone thinking on their own without the use of technology. I mean, technology can only get you so far. The technology cannot develop more technology.
I just feel like the aid of technology can, produce more technology. I feel like we're becoming our brain's more hybrid now. It thinks like technology as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Just society has changed and we're adapting. I guess that's what you're trying to say. We're adapting to that change, but is that adaptation really going to help society in the future, or is it going to hinder our progression?
If we accept that everything is changing and we use it to our advantage, then yes, we can go much further in my opinion.
Okay, well, let me tell you about the Terminator. Ever hear of it? Yeah, those machines that become so smart they decide to turn on the humans. Yeah, in your little dream world, that's what's going to happen to you. You want to make technology so advanced to where they can do all the work for us? Omar Bradley explained, if we continue to develop our technology without wisdom or prudence, our servant may prove to be our executioner.
Okay, well, let me contrast you with a quote by Christopher Bond. Advances in technology will continue to reach far into every sector of our economy. Future job, economic growth in industry, defense, transportation, agriculture, healthcare, and life sciences is directly related to scientific advancement.
Men have become tools of their tools, said Henry David Thoreau. I know the Terminator is a little extreme, but this quote exemplifies my point.
No, society is changing, and in order to advance, we must change with it, which entails changing how we think, not disregarding thinking entirely.